Hi, I'm Javis Lewis, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do the Corang mission in Mass Effect 2. This I thought was a little bit out of place, and I found this mission extremely frustrating, and I had to do it, I don't know, 50-60 times or so in order to get on. I found that very surprising. I found it interrupted the game flow, so perhaps this helps you out.
Scanning for mission objectives.
Right through. You do that with the L1 button. I just completely ignore them. And blasting is important because you can then arrive at the first collection site before the dropship lands and these guys realize you're there. So eventually they will of course start shooting, but by that time you can just beat a hasty retreat. You will always regain your health even from a burning ship by just waiting somewhere. Second wave of enemies here, just ignore them and blast through them, land on this little piece of land here and catch your breath a little bit. Now here's an optional collection point for Palladium, I believe. You don't have to get that, but you can, and it gives you a little nice bonus. There's two strategies for this next upcoming section. You can either hide here behind this green piece, metal piece, whatever it is, and get some cover, shoot everyone from here, or do as I do and do a quick in and out. So just blast your way into there and collect this thing as fast as you can and avoid the rocket launchers and hop over there. If that Colossus over there did get you with these little small bits of fire, if he starts shooting, make sure you avoid him and go here first and then come back to collect this. You can probably dodge his grenades, but you won't be able to dodge his blue fire attacks. So very careful with that. On to the next site. This is a little bit frustrating to get up here. You do get into it eventually. There's two entrances into the next level. I choose the first one here on the right hand side. And once again, quick in and out. Blast your way over there before anyone detects you. Of course they will detect you, but as soon as you get there, just make sure no rockets hit you, none of these small blue fire things hit you, and beat a hasty retreat into the tunnel. This is going to recover your health. There's multiple ways of doing it, of course, but I chose this way and that kind of worked really well for me. And then I'll just do a loop and go back in here again, because the next artifact we'll find if we jump on top of this ramp here, blast your way over with L1 and jump with the X button and land safely here. No one's going to get you. There's another optional collection point here on the left hand side. Again, it's Palladium. It's giving me a little bit of a hard time. I don't know why. Sometimes these are really easy to get. Just in case you don't know how, it's you just hover over this thing and press the triangle button. And eventually, as soon as you do that, the game kind of knocks you off your spot, so you have to kind of correct that direction with the left stick. Jump over here, and the next artifact we're going to get with a bit of patience. So you can hide next to this ramp here and line up your shot in absolute quiet and just start shooting the Geth Colossus here. There's one Colossus and I believe two Primes, and you can get them with the same strategy. Just park here and shoot them. They won't notice you. Well, sometimes if you go too far to the front, they will notice you, like in this case. So as soon as this guy starts shooting, retreat only a little bit so that you're out of his firing range, because these blue things, they are deadly. But your range is longer than his, so just take your time and shoot these guys. Again, there's two Geth Primes and one Colossus, and once they're dead you can leisurely approach this collection site. You can have a look at that funky blue machine here as well. Perhaps you find any buttons you can push, don't know. On to the next site, which is up this ramp, and there's three guys with rockets waiting for you up there, so just blast through there, completely ignore them. Just make sure you land somewhere safely, like on this house, platform, whatever. Jump over there to the next collection site and go around the corner first, because there's another optional collection point. And let's get that first. Now I found that this one, the last artifact that we're about to collect, is probably the hardest one, which is why I suggest you take your time over it. And it's a little bit like the previous collection site. You can take cover around the corner here. The problem is that the Geth Colossus around the corner will start shooting at you immediately, so you have to make sure you don't catch his fire too much. So give him a few shots and then hide around the corner again and regain your health. Again, these little blue fire things that he emits are really deadly. In total there are 2 colossi, what's the plural of Geth Colossus? I don't really know from the top of my head. And there's also 1 Geth Prime, and there's also a Geth Destroyer, I believe. There we go, that's the Geth Colossus, the first one taken care of. This is the second one right in front of me here. But if you try and shoot him from where you are, you'll notice that your shots will bounce off the blue machine. So in order to get him, you have to jump up a little bit and move your ship, angle your ship downwards, so that by the time you've jumped up, your shots point down a little bit so that you get the Geth Colossus. There's also the Geth Destroyer here. There's, I think, 2 destroyers and 1 prime, and 2 colossuses. And this Geth Prime is really annoying because he's on the move, he's fast, and he keeps shooting all the time. So again, same strategy. You hide behind the machine, he can't really get you unless you jump up. And of course, if you do jump up, then you can get him as well. So patience and just take your time over this and make sure you're always fully recovered before you attempt to fire the next lot of shots at him. And eventually, like you see, his armor goes down, his health goes down, and you can get him that way. I do suggest you kill all these enemies before you attempt to collect this artifact on the 5th site here. Believe me, I've tried other strategies, this is the easiest one. Alright, Geth Prime is history, on to the next guy. Yeah, so make sure you don't take more than 1 of his kind of grenade attacks. The blue small fire pieces, they really get you, but the grenades or these energy blasts that he shoots at you, they're not actually that bad, provided you don't bathe in them and take on 2 or 3, because that will totally destroy you. Other than that, he's fairly easy to get because he's a slow moving thing, he never comes closer, but these things here, they are definitely deadly. Come on, 1 more, and then that's another Geth Destroyer, or Geth Colossus, dealt with. Onto the final enemy, the Geth Destroyer, which is kind of fairly harmless if he's not shooting. And now the coast is clear for you to collect that artifact. You can have a look around and see what you've missed while you're blasting through there.
Acquired.
And that's the end of the mission.
Mission objectives completed.
Thanks for watching, I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please consider sharing it with friends, family and total strangers, and please subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Bye bye.